Welcome friends to another episode of Holograms Season 2. By now you all know the drill, so let's skip the intro. And before we go through this large mass of messages, there is something important I have to do. And not these guys. They aren't needed right now. But we summoned a Fate Prince. The typical disease resistant. Yeah, in another game I really could have needed this. Super magic, but their poison resistance is a bit low. They are also so beautiful that it's really hard to hit them. All three is fairly good. There are also, of course, magic weapons, so you don't want to get too close to them. The defense skill is awe-inspiring. The attack skill is 14, very good, and they still have good protection. They have very good magic resistance and extreme high moral, and they are perfect army leaders. +2 for everyone and 4 squadrons. So this guy will be the new leader of our main army that I'm growing right now. And of course, there's a terrible name. He is now, what was the guy? Rio Pacheco. Rio Pacheco, who is, what was it again? Wikipedia to the rescue. A Brazilian Greek boyfriend. He's Brazilian and Greek, and he's the boyfriend of German to Holograms. And he is dumped as a rock or as a bag of rocks because it takes him an eternity to realize that Jam and Jerica Benton are this exact same person. I guess Synergy, Jerica's magic computer, is really something. That must be some strong holograms. So Kimber Benton, Jerica's sister, has now summoned our pretender goddess boyfriend, and this guy can now take over magic shit. So next step, before I'm going to my messages, I'm looking up what I can do here. Oh, miasma. Ah yeah, but it only works on swamps. Something to summon, I'm guessing. I want to do something with... Oh, Leogryphs are animals too, right? Shit ton. 20 plus. It would be something like 22. Pack of Wolves. 15 plus. Yeah. And it takes not so many. Leogryphs are expensive, but they can also hit very hard. I'm kind of undecided here. Vine Ogres, of course, don't count as animals and are fairly expensive. Oh yeah, let me check something. Oh yes, the Kushi are dogs, and you get 10 for 5. It's kind of okay. But Enyon can summon them, and we don't want to. So let's see. Okay, Bob. Yeah, your name is terrible to pronounce. So Fey Knights are interesting, but terribly expensive, as we've seen. And since neither of our current enemies has a lot of cavalry, we'll probably want to instead get some Fey footfolk. So let's get them. And Kimber Benton, you have the nature magic. And, yeah, but of course the dogs can be summoned by someone else. So let's get instead something that... Yeah, okay, Leogryphs, why not? Wolves would be an option, but Leogryphs are faster. Now let's prepare. And yeah, of course, you can get some Kushi. Thanks. Now this works out. TNN, of course, got another mage who can immediately start researching. And, oh yeah, of course. There's no reason not to give her a Fistal Mace. So now she has at least level 3 in nature. Well, hopefully this still means we get 6 instead of 5. This should give us 10 dogs, and this should give us something like 17 Leo Griefs. And then we have enough nature to just do it over again. You're still getting mages here, so I could continue. Do I need another Fistal Mage? Mace? I know I keep saying mage. That's our research for now. Still too low for my taste. And we need now... Wow, that's almost 10 turns or something. Yeah, no, we need even more. Fuck, more dream stones, please. And the next mage will get them too. And I still have some money left over, I suppose. And I can still get... Oh, but I'm running low on resources here. So I guess I add some slingers instead, I guess. Just for fun. Let's go over here to the Broken Land. Yeah, we need more blood mages. Some of the mages here are also researchers now. Next turn, our second blood squad is ready. And I guess I send them to Walgard since there is nothing going on there. And the population is high enough we can kill someone there. Here we have our fire mage. Yeah, nothing going on here. I could make some new anti-fire gear. Because our next enemy will probably not use this. But hey, after we now got Rico Parchenko here, we want to protect the girlfriend, sorry, the boyfriend of our goddess. So I guess I order our little fire mage here to forge another pair of another red dragon scale mail. Yeah, more hit points, some better protection than his elf armor, but more importantly, a beefy fire resistance. So no stray shot will kill that guy. I'm guessing shit is happening here. Yeah, I guess we are finished with the boring crap. We can go back here. Yeah, claims bad drones, that's funny. And N2. So this is someone who works for Uro. There was an incident in Kailasa, which means we get to see the new way of artillery magic in action, because we had a scout there. Yes, so we got to see the fire of hell raining down here. I think this might be an electricity-based attack. Yeah, so this was bad for those dudes. For the defenders got quite maimed by this. The death toll in the end is, well, lower than I expected, and the province defense of course instantly regenerates. But he got some mages, that's bad. The gurus are whatever, but level 2 Astro better than I thought. Well, that's too bad. And a Kinara, which is a strong air Astral Mage. Yeah, that's a tragic loss there. All those stupid units to soak up damage, and and 2 Yogi, so they're cheaper Astral Mages. So despite the low death count, that was a really bad hit for this army. And in older games you would only get, even if it was got a message like 20 units got hit, 5 of them killed. One of them was a commander. And that's it. So now instead the Dominion 6 has started modeling those magic attacks like they're actually attacks. So you can actually watch if you have a scout. So now we have a Dwever sorceress getting seduced, but our sorceress had better things to do. And because she got into the resulting battle with a guard, she managed to kill the Lilord. And this means, since Lilords are, I think, summons that need blood, that is a hefty loss for the enemy. I think the enemy currently has 2 of those. And a handful of acorns, Magic Command 1, Retinue 3 Winemen. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, that negates most of our assassins pretty handily, as long as they can't get an illusionary army off. And this poor Lilot girl then sadly got killed by us. Oh, I have a Knife of the Damned. A cursed weapon. I guess it doesn't matter on a seducer and assassin, since they tend to get fucked if they get discovered and or resisted. Cursed luck. Huh. Ah. So despite the strange names, it's just cursed someone. That's really convoluted, but that's apparently, it's not only curse, but it's also causing curses. That's kind of a neat thing, because if even one hit hits your target, even if it survives, it's now tagged with a status effect that will never be healed and never go away. Yeah, okay, that's kind of funny. She's going off script because the AI has decided the Lilot isn't dangerous enough. But since she had gems, she immediately cast off a swarm of tiny creatures. Yeah, that's one way to prevent getting hit, I suppose. Yeah, okay, and then for some reason she decides that now it's time to illusion army out. This game sometimes. At least this has drained my gems somewhat. But this is one Lilot less we have to deal with. Then in Panofia we marched in and killed the imps and mannequins left over. So the imps wisely fled after some of them died. The rest, well, we marched, blessed ourselves, and yeah. That was fast. Well, the fiery imps were the wiser ones, I think. The undeads couldn't do anything because without undead leadership they just dissolved to nothing. Next step was in Kailasa. Kailasa attacked Ur, but after losing so many important mages, there was a total wipeout. And we see something of Ur's lineup. Celestial Servants. Interesting. Interesting. Not much to say about them, really. Flame Spirits. Yeah, those are good. If you have enough magic and fire, you can just summon them. That if you have enough gems, you can just keep summoning them until you have infinity of them. Then the Fallen. Very dramatic. And a Blood Mage. Very dangerous. It's basically a pretender chassis is now walking around. Then we have some generals, which are apparently only there to command armies. Then of course all the other shit. And then they all got stomped. Ah, here, a Coatl. Those are neat little flying things. Strong Astral, strong nature magic, and priests. And all this other shit like being able to swim. And they fly. Cute little buggers. Ah, yeah, I keep forgetting to scroll down again. And a scout died. That's funny. The Flame Spirits and the Golden Lion, who also... this is of course wrong, because this is the pretender. You have to go into the battle itself to see his true colors. And golems are always strong astral mages, even though they are mindless things. Sorry, well, Ur had absolutely almost minimum of losses. They only lost weird shit like Black Hawks here, some Celestial Soldiers there, and a block of their archers, but they have 400 of them. That's a lot of death right here. Yeah, one of the mages that got killed on Kailasa's side was supposed to cast protection against arrows, which would have helped a lot, so instead this didn't happen. It's something we have to deal with too. my solution until now has to be to twilight it up, because it makes it harder to get hit for our elves. I guess we do have to upgrade to Nightfall just to have stronger penalties on all those archers. Either this, or I have to find a way to get some kind of air mage ready. Gelatinous cubes, yeah, those are trampling monsters that can also acid splash and swallow, so a unit is not only damaged but also disappears from the battlefield until it either gets out or is destroyed. You can't get very many of them since they are hard to summon, but if you have a lot of them, yeah, it's sad for the enemy. They couldn't even get to the battle because they are far too slow to do anything. Great beers. Well, at least most of those died, not just beers. Anything else of note here? Enki's Chosen. Yeah, we had 3 of those. They're just good sacreds. Well, they didn't decide this battle for sure. Living Statues. That's interesting. Another never heals construct type weapon system. They're all slash resistant and can go underwater. Nothing too dramatic about them, and they all died. And there was some random shit that also died in large numbers, like those poor lizard warriors. And those long dead horsemen, as always, brittle as fuck. Even one dead manticore and those guys. Yeah, there's a lot of shit, there's just a lot of shit, and a lot of the shit died. Oh, surprising. So if you count all the sheep shit and the weird shit together, there was still 436 dead. It's just that the 200 on Kailasa's side that died was everything Kailasa had, while the over 400 that died on Ur's side was just half the army. And Mushuzu, so this is a recruitable thing just for Ur. They're kind of hard to use. They have a lot of hit points, can attack very well, have a nice protection, high moral, high magic resistance, 3 different attacks, one of them poisonous, can't be surrounded very easily, poison resistant and cause fear, and they are sacred. But they're heavily restricted. They cost a lot to recruit, and Ur can only recruit 1 per turn, not more. So they are kind of a long-term investment if you want a lot of them, and clearly Ur hasn't concentrated on them. So that was a lot, and we are not even finished now. After Kailasa is now in Ur's hand, we marched into Olio and easily took it. And Feral Woods, unrest and population loss. A hurricane, yeah, that's the Gale Gate again. In Momeva, we get Afghans, then in Anika. Ah, our poor scout. Oh, you dumb lizards, why are you doing this to me? The Lake of God? Yeah, that's fair. Ur has found my underwater scout. Then Arceus. Another scout gets taken out in Hinnom because this guy is just so determined to annoy me. I guess this army was just set to patrol. Possibly he is just doing this because of assassins. Which, to be fair, we have prepared some here. He hasn't moved from there, and he didn't get my main mage here. Kailasa, let me look. Kailasa is still under human control, so I don't have to fear a sudden attack in my back row from an angry AI. Don't want to get Skynetted here. Well, this is a big army here. Since he is now scouting, there is not much we can do here except unifying my armies. Would be funny if we find something here. I just want to see what happens. I mean, worst what can happen is that she assassinates the commander of the independent province just before we attack. Oh, certainly we can't really move our super assassins closer, because obviously if we move them into Hinnom now, they'll just get discovered immediately. It's not something we need. Oh, we are setting up a big set piece battle now. And did we actually finish Evocation 7? Okay, that's good. So we now have some other shit to do. Of course, I blasted through all my gems. That was stupid. So the nature attack I wanted to try has to wait, I guess. And it's of course suboptimal as long as there aren't enemy troops in the forest province. I guess I have to kind of hope that Hinnom starts moving the troops away from me. Because if I'm unifying all my troops in Kiban and he moves after me into the Great Feral, or up into what's the name? LPer, then I can just dogpile him with stupid event causing magic. Let's take a short luck here. Yeah, of course, this army is a bit vulnerable against flyers, but on the other hand, my other army has a giant block of infantry in the back row. So this should be negating things somewhat, because this means if somehow the Griffins manage to fly past all of my weird lines of infantry, then the result is that all the units close by will immediately dogpile them. So since I know there is a big chunk of infantry up there, in my other army I can even do something so that there is always enough shit to stop the Griffins if they attack. Man, but I'm still glad that a lot of my leaders are attack monsters themselves and hard to hit thanks to all that shit. The Griffins at least don't have anything capable of piercing our bullshit of defense skill, blur, and other magic crap. And as soon as Twilight goes up, they're eating penalties, since I think they also can't look into the dark. Oh, hey, my kitten is on the march again. Yeah, we have Griffin Riders, of course. And the Sacred Griffin is neat, but as you may see, stupid, that's good. Might stop and do nothing occasionally, even attack a nearby alley. Oh, that's kind of fun. I'm hoping the real Griffins have this too. This would be hilarious. But as you might see, they can neither see in the dark, nor are they able to look through illusions. So as long as he hasn't gotten dozens or hundreds of them, we can just safely ignore them. The clockwork, of course, same problem. Our magic bullshit doesn't really work on them, except for the magic bullshit that's inside our units. Which, I mean, the clockwork units will be able to destroy our slingers, but if they hit our sacreds, or our other fairy units, they'll be in a bad time. And at least we got some additional income out of this. Scene Forest, can we get you something here? She Warriors? 2, of course. Recruitment continues, we get more mages and more research, and I'll try to do something truly evil here, using my advanced knowledge of the game. You might even have to reverse things here. I really need level 4 here in nature, but we have enough nature gems. I could do something like overcasting. Let's see. There is a neat little item that could help us out. I have to think about this. Currently we have 0 units. I am aiming at something like 50 dogs, maybe 40, and something like 100 Leogryphs. I mean, we'll probably soon fighting and still has 500 units here and over 100 there. Really loves this shit. Remember, already lost a stack of over 700 units in an earlier battle. So despite this butchery, is still strong and well. Arco seems to prepare to slowly die as soon as the Cataclysm hits. Ruse is still expanding strongly, but I'm guessing if they're getting into fights with Arco again, Arco will probably have to do something about this. Our eastern neighbors aren't doing anything right now, except this looks disturbing and might herald an invasion of Arco, especially because cave grabs are good. You need elf magic to get them. Do we have something like this? I think it can show up sometimes on some of our mages, but we didn't get lucky enough. Because summoning cave grabs is a good way to melt your way through a fortress. Like Eocha, you must be able to summon them, right? Cave grabs? Is this even possible outside of a... Oh, summon cave grabs here. You need a cave. Okay. Well, it would be a nice cheap way. Would have been a nice cheap way, but we don't have caves. We don't... Oh, we have some scars, so let's take a look down below to see what happens there. And see what happens next. Will Arco be attacked? Well, at least Ranheim will be a possible ally in the fight against Mega-Ur. And probably a little bit more reliable than Arco, who has seemingly given up without access to thrones and without ability to do anything. I mean, we have this fucking huge throne here, but at this point in time it's more likely that Ur is getting this because Ur has enough to soak up all the shit going on here. We need to prepare, but we also need to win a final battle against Hinnom. And, well, it might be another final battle if he actually managed to pull off a victory here. To see how this goes. There's of course some things we can do here. I would really like to get this province. Is there something I could do that could be useful now? We unlocked after our beckoning and illusory attack. At least it should give us more than normal. We have 5, 6, 7, so it should give us more, yeah, 3 more units, I guess. I also need to alchemy give it, since we didn't get to trade anything right now. Death gems. Do we need them? Nope. Oh, carefully here, and no. Yeah, okay, overdrove. We should use the +3 range we have here, I'm thinking. Let's switch to Glamour View and try out the illusory attack. We can reach 7 turns. Yeah, that would be funny, but of course it would be a bit wasted on a giant army sitting there. I have no idea where Kailasa's army over here is going right now. Probably trying to do... I have no idea. Let's concentrate on Hinnom. There is even still more range left here. But let's take some more income off him, if there is low enough defense. Otherwise we'll just see some impressive little miniature battle evaporating into nothingness. Let's call this a test. Banks are continuing on the research front. Good, good. Celestial Rainbow is in the line, but we need more construction first. Yeah, things are continuing, but we need more research is something I like to say. I'm really hoping we can soon finish Hinnom off for good, because this also means my giant stack of mages gets 1 or 2 turns to rest and research a little bit, so we can line things up properly. And we have those stupid idiots here. Yeah, at least Enipeos has collected enough experience to be a slightly better than normal leader for these guys. Yeah, not much we can do here, so we have to continue next time. So let's see how things are going. Lipluini Oh, wait. Can I forge magic item? Oh yeah, I can. Good, so I have accelerated things a bit. So this squad is now ready for hunting. And, well, I do have some units I can give them. They have fairly good leadership, so I can... Huh, I guess I can give them some Leogryphs. I guess I will have a lot of those. And the more units Bloodhunter has, the more likely they are to find new blood slaves. Well, that's for next turn, so Libluini out. Hey people, Libluini is back again. And yeah, blah blah blah, you know the drill by now. I really hope this doesn't end up at the beginning of an episode. And then 10,000 people start watching this. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh, sorry. This is blah blah blah, Dominion 6, Libluini and German Holograms Season 2 and so on. A lot of shit has happened this turn. German Holograms cast Illusory Attack and Kimber Benton cast Summon Leogryphs and someone cast Summon Dogs and Summon Feyfolk. So we are upgrading our armies since we don't have the money to just do normal recruitments. And then we struck Antianea, and to my surprise, this was a lot beefier than the 20 illusions I expected. I guess it's like 20 units per 2 gems or something, but well, suddenly the spell looks a lot more useful. So let's see, we had a scout here, so we had this giant block of idiots show up. Each of them, of course, 1 hit point and average stats and everything. But since they can't run away and are immune to poison and ethereal and hard to hit, therefore hard to hit, they are stupid to deal with. And of course, most mental magic won't work on them either. A phantasmal bow. All those illusion bullshit is great. So this is a lot more than I expected. And of course, there is not much in the term of defense. Oh, all this fake damage. He's running away. Don't believe in the death. Don't believe in death. Don't believe in death. Ah, he actually makes it. Yeah, sorry. I hope you made it back to Hinnom itself, because surrounded by enemy provinces, this guy is otherwise toast. Bruce has declared nevertheless still bears the Chad chieftain to be his new prophet, probably to celebrate that he's still alive. Then Jetta actually didn't find anyone, so there really was no one. Then our big bad army joined forces and is now here in Kebern. Then there was a battle in Der Dopharos, where Vanheim suddenly invaded with their mounted earthmen, or evil assholes like every elf. Look at this, glamour on riding forces, and they have multiple attacks. And commanded by Vanyals, who can be insane too. And they're surprised, oh, our potentially greatest enemy. So the question is this the beginning of a new war? Is Vanheim trying to prevent our enemy from winning the game? We don't know. Oops, I wanted to look if we can see what the Vanyals are actually doing here. Mist form. So no blessing, I guess. Oh, yeah, I looked at the wrong guys. So, no, fuck. Where are the fucking leaders then? Vanyal, finally I found one. Berserker +2, Glamour, 4 mirror, and yeah. Anyway, I know his place now. I can just look it up instead of trying to untangle from memory what is natural to Vanyals and what is blessed. Then we had a battle in Bountiful Land, where the forces of Ur pinging this Tron Prince to see what's happening here. And hell, we can look now too. Saves us one scout's life. Yeah, so there's these guys, Shade Beasts. They are fucking awful. They even get better at darkness. Since this is technically the same for our elves, that's kind of funny. They get probably more powerful in total darkness. So thank fuck, they're not immediately getting more powerful in twilight. Of course, as undead creatures, they're also resistant against all manners of weird shit. They have the reanimation bite, so everything they kill with their bite will raise as undead. And we have the Shades, who can steal strength, and a nice little problem to solve if you can't avoid their hits. Yeah. And they can float, I think, so they are not super fast like most flyers. But still, no earthquake for you. Then we have the heavy infantry here. Basic. And more... Oh, no, those are shadows. I guess they're like a beefier, stronger version of Shades, I think. They have less hit points at least. They have far more defense. And they can paralyze instead of just stealing strength. Yeah, so they have less hit points because I guess they are more ghost-like or something. And we have these guys. Irrelevant. More of those bastards here. Yeah, that's a lot of undead bullshit here. And then we have all the gaps in the universe and level 9 death. Oh yeah. The Anunnaki of the underworld will fucking fuck you up. But of course we don't see anything impressive because it's just a little bonk. Interesting, so I'm guessing this wasn't actually the throne next to us, right? Yeah, it's this one, far away where we can't reach it. The next one was bounced off in White Peaks. Yeah, this is ours. And we have Springhawks. Yes, and of course the little scout got pinged by the Springhawks. That's kind of funny. Of course they get to kill. Yeah, in the moment I clicked, he was killed. As you can see, those Springhawks are kind of evil. They immediately teleported themselves over, and then they used their lightning swarm magic attack to just zap the poor guy to death with multiple hits. Otherwise, yeah, they have Enkidus themselves. Beefy. Those guys are just chaff. Beefy archers. Could be a problem. Non-beefy archers, less of a problem. Some random commanders and priests, and this guy here. He has even enchanted soul. It's kind of funny because this would work against us. If we sent, if ever an elf or a fairy lands directly in front of him and starts stabbing them with a dagger or something, then I think enchanted sword will actually do something. Of course, again, all the games in the universe because the developers are assholes. And level 8 air. It could have been higher, but yeah. He can also dish out damage if he normally, but why should he? If he has all the spells research like drones are wont to do. Sad to see, we have no idea what he would do since it was just one scout. But yeah, so there aren't that many of them, but you see we have to prepare because those Springhawks are like flying machine guns. They're mindless magic spirit creatures. The defense is fairly high, so they're hard to hit. And they can of course just zap us, and they have ammunition of infinity. Yeah, some breath weapons, for example, are limited for a battle. And strength of the spring means they are getting better in spring, so better not attack during the spring, I suppose. So you need a normal sized big army with some magic support for the normal units. Then a solution for the Springhawks. And then you have to do something because the Anunnaki will probably blast your army away if you take too long. Interesting. I like to say see or fail, to be honest, because it's a Tron we can reach. Then there was another battle in Kailasa. I of course completely forgot the big battle last time. And this was the Ur survivors fighting the Kailasa survivors. And finally it seems like the main castle of Kailasa is falling. Too bad we didn't get to see the big battle. But hey, this player also has a Let's Play. So at the point you're seeing this, you probably already watched his view of the battle, because his Let's Play is far further along the line. He also isn't an idiot, so he isn't recording 3 multiplayer games all at once. This means he can upload his videos a little bit faster than I can. Oh great, attacking a lion with fire, that's smart, guys. Yeah, he's lost an eye, and he limps. But still the lion gets on, and as I've seen from some of this players' Moo, it's the channel Itsmu, just in case I haven't mentioned it yet. I think I've linked it in my Let's Play, but I'm not sure. I am an idiot after all. But yeah, Moo has already lost the lion once and had to call him back. But considering how big Ur is by now, if he has to do this again, he'll probably go fast by. It's just a risk, because if your god dies and has to be called back, what the fucking thing? Oh, yeah. Then there is a risk that they start losing magic paths, which sucks. So he has an amulet of anti-magic for protection and then one of resilience, so he reinvigorates faster. Yeah, that's probably for the best if he is still using this poor animal as a battering ram. Oh wow, there was still one survivor. And we have a rhyme hammer. Yeah, cold resistance and big damage. I guess a nice weapon. Yeah, this one is geared for beer. He's also Storm Spool. Shock resistant. Ah, yeah. He has a lot of resistances. He has reconstruction, so the normal problem of a construct not healing is not a problem for him. And yeah, well, fucking hell. This guy came prepared. Chains of reconstruction. That's a nice new item I didn't even know existed, because I'm not doing much with constructs. Magic resistant, hit points. Yes, and protection. This guy is mindless, but he is coming to drag you to hell. That's a nice little thing. Expensive, of course, so if he dies, that's a lot of equipment lost. Yeah, so this was it for Kailasa, sadly. We are really lucky that Vanheim has apparently declared for the anti-Ur alliance here. And of course we got struck by hurricanes. In Nilmeria what the fuck? The carcass of a true dragon has been found, still bleeding from great wounds. How it was slain remains a mystery. You may just... Holy shit, we can know this. In my in Gem Season 1, we found a red dragon and got red dragon scale mails. So now we get water gems and blue dragon scale mails. That's funny, because it's of course something we don't really need, but thank you. And Snowford gives us some air gems. New modern hero, yeah, Mad Dog. He apparently collected enough points to level up. And he is now better at moral and leadership. Funny. Yeah, moral 21. This guy won't run and his leadership is now insane, but he still can only command 3 squads and gets a bonus from 1. He also has inspiration +1, so shouldn't he get +2 to this, or is this counted separately? Sometimes this game can be funky. So we now have options. I'm guessing... well, why the hell not? Waiting here and preaching him down would of course be funny, but let's at least attempt a real battle for once. We are still doing this thing where we use Twilight to give everyone except us penalties, and then try to fight it out. Probably need reinforcements. Does he even have enough flyers now to do something? Interesting. You want to see if Howl makes wolves show up inside the castle, because that would be funny as shit. Twilight, of course, to power everyone up, and Ephemeral Blast and its Titanic range should hit everything inside. Oh, now we have 2 Twilight casters. Fuck. Okay, you don't need to then, technically speaking. A bit limited here, and don't have anything else for them to do. Railing Winds could be an option. It's an battle enchantment. Continuously targets all enemies with Fear 1. That could be useful. It's, I think, better than the version that was purely an air and death spell in all the Dominions games. Shimmering Fields, of course, we could use, but it's hard. We need to overcast it. And Shimmering Fields is, of course, a bit lower ranged, and we don't want to accidentally hit ourselves in the head. So let's Railing Winds. Then everyone powers up, and then she goes to Ephemeral Blast time. But of course, we have more useful shit, right? Ephemeral Blast doesn't work on all his weird robots and shit anyway. Illusory Army could help us out, I guess. False Horror. Yeah, I don't like this one too much. Mass Confusion, but again, what don't help on. Sandman's Blessing needs level 5. That would need to be overcast. Oh well, we don't need one more caster of Ephemeral Blasts. Phantasmal Beasts or Phantasmal Warriors. Yeah, but we need better one. Phantasmal creatures are better because they have more hit points than just one. Oh well, Illusory Army it is then. Oh fuck, are we already running out of gems? Fucking hell. Well, I guess I can keep it there anyway. Are there some idiots with gems I can steal from? Machne is our Twilight caster, I think. Derdrio has some. Wait, fuck. Again, there was another caster with nature gems, right? Oh, I keep forgetting how many of these guys I have. It's a bit uneven, everything. And of course, I wished the interface would allow me to see more than one. So let's see. Move this around, please. Now she can cast. And I should probably mark all those super mages. So I can easily find them in my lineup. So yeah, a Railing Windcaster and then some Illusory Army bullcrap. Howl, because she's the nature caster here. Do I have now a better option? Howl is still kind of mean, of course. Growing Fury caster, of course, but here aren't enough animals. Of course, this would be kind of funny, because this will... I don't even know, do count those wolves as friendly units, or do they count as neutrals? Well, okay. It would be funny. So let's cast Howl and let her cast some other shit, it's like Sandman's Blessing. And then, after there are enough there, let's be a complete and total asshole and sacrifice another nature gem for Growing Fury. Or is it Fury of the Wild? Growing Fury is all friendly units, and Fury of the Wild attack +2 and moral +2 and only affects animals. Because then all those wolves are suddenly more dangerous. I mean, it would be funny if it works even on future wolves arriving after the spell is cast. So now we have Wailing Winds, Howl, Sandman's Blessing, Illusory Army, our little trick at the end, Twilight of course, for ephemeral blasting of all others. Do we really not have a really good blesser here? Yeah, we have this little one, and we have one of our bigger mages, we have this one. Those are she-warriors, those need no blessing, no blessing, no blessing. Then we have our two others, 19. And two others, yeah, 70. So okay. 10, 20. Anyone else here? Ah fuck, we really have too many of sacreds. Oh, divine blessing. Oh thank fuck. So, Sandman's blessing. Yeah, okay. We'll probably have to either give her more gems or give her something else to do. I mean, she will get to level 5 then. I should be able to still do this. Let's be nice here. I'm pretty sure this doesn't count that she is going to be level 5 halfway through the battle. But I also don't want to thin out my gems even more. So since we have a prophet here, Divine Blessing, the scapegoat, the stupid name I got, fucking hell, he has still survived until now. So this means, of course, our blessers are kind of superfluous now and can switch to being magic artillery. If they have the skills, I guess. The tiny ones, there's not much they can actually do, right? But my level 2 glamour mages should be all be prepared to do stuff. So now back scoring. Yes, everyone has at least some defenders. The fuck? You don't need this many. Yeah, he's kind of important. Yeah, our leaders need something. Yeah, okay. That's probably not enough, but our scapegoat shouldn't be able to. Okay, we have these weirdos here who aren't really a big force anyway. Oh, why not? Not like these guys will change the battle just by being there. No, you have enough. Yeah, okay, and most of it, those two small units probably aren't enough. She has a full stack. Okay. I guess because you're kind of nice, you have kind of these. But no, you don't need those then. So, things are now rejiggered. Now I'm feeling safer here. So, in our illusory attack clean out Terranea, and this means that my stupid asshole here now can attack. Wait, attack. Attack everything. Attack! So, just in case, because otherwise he would run away and lose the battle, attack current province. So the thing is, as you see with this really odd looking flag, no one owns this province now. And as long as there is nothing around to immediately attack and snap those provinces away from us, this means we can just walk in and take it, if we are lucky. If we are unlucky, yeah, fucking hell, that's it for us, I guess. And why do we have this champion guy here? That's kind of funny. I guess those are units that ran away. This is kind of brutal here. He is a shitty leader. Could you go please and attack someone? Thank you. Fire someone and then I don't give a shit. I don't really expect to fight something. But just in case our dear leader down there has some problems, I'll see to do this. And now we have another group of survivors here. Holy fuck, this is kind of funny. So I'm guessing very carefully that Inom won't immediately try to throw me off and instead want the siege to continue for a few turns to really fuck me over with summons. So I collect here this last province and some survivors. And Pizzas, Stormer. Oof. Did I actually move my assassin with me? Fuck. Now how to find her here in this huge bullshit. Oh yeah, sorry Benedictus. You can sneak, of course. Okay, that's the drawback of having a one fucking huge army here. I have an idea, just in case I'm not looking at the wrong... Yeah, fuck, she is here. Jetta is here. Of course, you can sneak too, because now she is hiding inside our army and doesn't need no fucking girl of those Hinnon fuckers. So let's see, because this could get funny. And we do have them, so why not use them? Because remember, one of the items I gave them is the spider amulet, which helps scaling castle walls so they can attack the commanders inside. And this could wreak some havoc, especially since he doesn't have that many anymore. So I hope we don't get in a situation where all of them decide to attack the Pretender God and then they are burned to death. You can go back to research, please. Then we need to continue our teams of weirdos here. So now I have 2 blood mages, and now it's time for Morgard to get prepared. So, and these little friendly women now get these stuff. Fuck, game, you're fucking shitting me, right? Okay, so no Polly gets one. And now they are far more effective at finding blood slaves for our future atrocities to win this war of hell. And Rio Pacheco, of course, generally don't do much except being another caster. But Rio Pacheco also can have a lot of units, I suppose. How many can you have? Well, not much. Let's see, who has the highest moral? They're both fairly high. Let's see. Oh, I only got... no, 6. That's nice. Okay. Since you are the army leader, you get 3 of those really fancy bodyguards, I suppose. Then you get this little squadron for future reference, and since you can command so many, you get the dogs too, why not? You already see where this is going. In the future, this would then turn into 16, and if they are berserking, they can't go run away, and well, okay, this spell doesn't really berserk, I think so, but moral 19 is fairly beefy already, so they have 2 attacks. Attack skill 16, and our doggies, well, they need to get blessed to get all the bullshit powers our elves have. And attack skill of 15 is also very good. I already have high magic resistance, and then their moral of 20. Also never rooting, I guess. And their bite is fierce and true. even if they only have one attack. Then they of course are fairly speedy. But this will be a nasty surprise if, for Exile, especially if we can get our buffing spell off before they make enemy contact. So. That was an interesting start. But of course now we have to repeat everything. Caster 1 has to get us more of those cute little doggies with beaks. Was it Call of the Wild? 40. Oh no, wait, that's the weird ass attack spell, right? I swear, I'm not suffering from dementia. I really just forget these shitty little details always again. Spirits of the Wood. Wildland spirits, stunningly beautiful, ethereal, and regenerate bones. As long as their trees are not destroyed, yeah, okay. Leogryphs, I just couldn't read it, so let's get ourselves again 20 plus Leogryphs, 22 I think, with that set of magic. You, Bob, can of course cast ourselves 6 more of those really expensive magic folk. The Fey Footfolk. 5 plus. Oh yeah, they are expensive, but I guess they're also really, really good. Now I have a problem with not having enough troops to fill those two guys up, or guards. Also, yeah, and you need to summon more dogs, please. Then we have another researcher ready here. Please take this Dreamstone, thank you. Yeah, we need more research. Let's drop another Dreamstone on us, please. Gem has, of course, level 4. Yeah, we need a ring. What is our research doing? Construction 5. Yeah, that's a bit low. We are still running up to evocation 8 here. That's a bastard of a time. We have to boost our research more. Yeah, the old problem with our people needing a lot of fucking research, but also a lot of fucking mages on the front lines. And this guy is almost finished now. Well, I really have this other guy here. Well, let's not put everything in just one stupid bottle and shake. This one was already near maximum anyway, so now we can have a second small army growing up here, just in case we need reinforcements, because this means that the army, even if the army gets utterly destroyed in a couple turns, this means we already have them replaced. It would of course fuck up our strategic plans for the future, but Hinam is done, deader than disco. We're still getting some flyers of our own for the future, but mainly we need to keep up recruiting our blood mages here for the future. So then, the same thing next turn, the 2 new blood mages forge their own equipment, and because try to get ready. Now, I have no idea if these guys can actually help with... Well, I don't really need them here. Well, let's get them to our mages here. Better than nothing, I suppose. Can I put them... Oh, God, Commander. It's the weirdest shit, really, but... It's not like they don't count or something. So, Bob and Kimmerband need their little helpers here. This is our weirdo here. Yeah, okay. I don't think really this is needed. Fuck. can't be mixed with the mindless ones. Yeah, they're kind of low on moral. But I'm guessing these guys will then be put into my little fuckers here. I set them to cast random spells. So, and I guess my Fey Prince can punch down the resulting unrest if we start doing this shit. Let's start early. Now I have some money left over. Well, yeah, I don't really need expensive units here, so let's just fear bulk it up. Wow. I don't want to get too cheap, just in case those guys have to fight. But well, we'll start small in Volgard, I see. 7 Frost will probably be a bit better on us. Let's experiment. We don't have that many shit left, and we start blood magic then, I guess. We might even have to rearrange things if we can't get our stupid research high enough. So anyway, so I know I have these guys here, and I have still some magic gear to give around. Bob is of course ready to rumble, and our... Yeah, you can have this one, since you are the best, the boyfriend of our pretender goddess. And he has a Fey Blade, that's 19 damage, really good at attacking. Is this better than this sword here? The sword... The ice sword. No, it does less damage, I guess. And it is ice, so let's see where this is going. Nope. 19. 20. Fuck. Wait, oh. Just for some reason reverses things. But no, it's approximately the exact same thing. And it's both magic weapons even. Oh, attack strength is 1 lower. So the ice sword would make him weaker, actually. Yeah, that's funny. Can I give the ice sword to some other dumb asshole? Well, they have just the golden lance. But I am not using them to strike someone in the head with it. So which of you jokers has the finished army? Yes, the one up here. So you get this one, and I guess one of my blue dragon scale mails, because it's still better than the bronze mail you come with, and now you have frost resistance. I guess the other army leader can have the same thing. So we already got good use of this. Against him, the fire would have been better. Or I think can use potentially both. So I guess this is everything done for the day now. Blood magic is slowly coming. We're still pushing our research like assholes. Our plan to summon all the animals is continuing apace. Our big push against Hinnom begins, and we are trying to encircle Hinnom totally by taking away his last other province. And let's see who is prepared for the battle. And that's it, really. And this turn ends now. Can I? Wait, can I look inside? Yes, we managed to get down here, and yes, Vanheim has invaded the caves. So let's go over here, see what's going on here. Here, down below. And let's hope there aren't too many people patrolling down here. So, that was fun. So, Libluini out. Short update today for Season 2, Gem and Holograms. Libluini is here with Dominion 6 and the Elves. And that's a lot of gifts. Aya Kailasa is given up, but since we are set up to fight Uro next, I guess they just unloaded all the trash they had, including lots of glamour gems, earth boots, boots of long strides, earth boots, and several dreamstones here. That would be helpful. Rob of the Sea? We only have really one mage who could take use of this. I guess I could try it on one of my other elf mage ladies. More long strides. Bag of wine? Yeah, bags of wine are good because they reduce supply issues. Girdle of might, no idea what to do with it, but... Oh no. Vanheim has claimed a throne. Vanheim has claimed 2 thrones. Vanheim has claimed 3 thrones. Vanheim has claimed 4 thrones. All in the same turn? Didn't this happen last time? Uh-oh. Well, our 2 blood hunters did not capture any blood saves, but they might ever get quite upset. Then there was a battle in Hinnom. We did lose all our slingers again, and a lot of our Fey footmen. Yeah, 100 dead. The forces of Hinnom apparently were all out patrolling, and the province defense was defeated. And while we had some losses, 100, we also had some losses on the other side. All the dumb shit he had summoned was, of course, immediately killed. Yeah. Since we are summoning dumb shit ourselves, well, I'm guessing I'm keeping my hands off the Fey footmen from now on. It was kind of neat trying them out, but they are far too expensive for what they bring to the table. I could have had something like 200 dogs or something. Wait, let me count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That would be 60 dogs for 6 men. 6, 12, 8. Yeah, that's literally hundreds and hundreds of kushi. So I think next time I will cut out the Fey footman face and will try something else instead. The Fey Knights, however, are extremely good. They managed to... Well, one of them lost their horses, but they killed more than all the Fey footmen together. So while the Fey Knights are even more overcosted, they actually do some shit and don't always die. Lamias, a waste of money, I guess. They all died without doing anything. Our mages did kill an inordinate... Yeah, they did a lot of killing just by themselves. The enemy mages mostly survived, but we did manage to get another leader down. The Kohan is dead. And then we have this guy who doesn't have leadership. And the Malquad, who has all the leadership in the universe, and boy does Hinnom need it now. He even had one of our She-Lords seduced to the wrong side. Yeah, buddy, after seeing your own army die, you probably regret things now. As Clockwork Soldiers went about as I predicted. Did they even kill something? Yeah, 10 full units, so that was a lot of gems wasted, I suppose. Ether Warriors. They did kill something, but they also had high losses, which, considering how expensive those astral creatures are, yeah, I probably keep away from summoning them. The Griffons actually did manage to kill almost as many as they lost. Leograves, well, they are cheap, and they managed to kill something. The Graphite Warriors were the main battle droid of this battle. 3 times as many killed as lost, but of course now there aren't many left. The Seirs, some kind of demon goat thing with 3 attacks and high attack skills. So they're good in offensive and hard to harm with magic, which is suppose while... Oh no, they all died. They killed a lot, but also died a lot. So with no ability to get new blood slaves, I guess we are winding this down. Let's take a look, completely ignoring anything you might have seen on the message screen. I mean, I guess it makes sense if you look at it from Hinnom's side. If he has all those weird fucking units, then trying to stop us immediately makes sense. Because if we manage to lock up his capital, the battle is already over. Clockwork Soldiers. Yeah, that's kind of funny. They're also, of course, getting stuck behind the Leogreaves. They're already running. They're already ticking up fatigue, and because of our Eager Leogreaves and no, the enemy's Eager Leogreaves, they aren't even getting to us. See, this is why this type of unit is an extremely high risk. They only are useful if you can actually manage to smash them into the enemy, and you are always at risk of either the enemy or your own units doing something stupid. So while all those high-priced units butchering our slingers and not doing much, our own units are approaching the battlefield. Let's see, globals are up. We have Wailing Winds, which of course doesn't do anything against those dipshits robots. But everything else, well, they have extremely high morals, so it doesn't do a lot, I think. Howl, of course, means there are now wolves approaching from the side. Always funny. Oh, it's a tiny wolf, man. Oh, so cute, tiny wolf. Of course, because they are giants. Then Twilight is active. So the enemy also we, I guess, have some slight penalties to our attack rolls. So let's see how things continue from now on. Yeah, this is of course typical. The enemy mages use Blade Wind, and they're hitting their own units. Perfect. Yeah, that's magic for you. I'm still doing this shit. A small group of enemy elves keeps the entire line busy, and of course the regenerating Lamias are doing their own thing over there. Then of course our weird magic bullshit lands. The ladies are all dying, and then it's elf against monster. Like our goddess intended. Oh, those fucking imps attacking their own side? Imp from Hinnom? Oh, I'm guessing they're trying to attack our units? What the fuck is going on here? Of course this means those stupid soldiers got stuck. Anyway, you know they are at fatigue. Yeah, that's fairly high considering they haven't even attacked anyone yet. Down our weird magic bullshit sometimes lands and hits. Sometimes it's re-landing and hitting. Sometimes they... Yeah. Our elves are still incredibly hard to hit with their high defense and being blurred and shit. And those robots... Do they have something? They have dark vision, yes, but they don't have spirit sight. So this, my friend, doesn't help you against blur at all. It only means they don't get penalties from Twilight. And of course, fatigue is... Yeah, the robots are approaching their kill count, but apparently it got triggered by their own dead. Oh yeah, that's kind of funny. You see, our guys only have medium protection, but a good roll can still cause something like this here. Hits She-Warrior with 0 damage. The robots are now approaching... Yeah. No. No. Oh, come on. Move faster, you fuckers. Yeah, fatigued out, I guess. This your robot got... Yeah, and of course, as soon as they switch off, everything hits them because they can't defend anymore. See this? Fatigue 106? A normal human being would now take a nap. This robot is switched off and will now be incredibly stupid. They not do anything except dying horribly. Max 250. Yeah, that's kind of funny. That one would be the best if they could get a fatigue up to a level where they start taking damage. The robot switched off so hard it explodes. Could probably do something with a clockwork variant that explodes on sleep. Oops! Wow, that was a lot of damage all at once. Yeah, this army is for the birds. Huh. Yeah, everyone is running now. This was a nice try, I would say, but without tons and tons of mages to counter our stupid elves and our insane number of weird little phantom dudes and creatures. You know, I have this giant army of illusions running in front of our normal army. And yeah, one of the expensive sacreds got killed. One of Hinnom's, I should add. And that's it. Battle over. So that was an impressive victory. And shortly thereafter, Hinnom would be ended, I guess. So anything new? Yeah, we took control of Tyrannia. Then we got sectarian movements. Well, it doesn't matter anymore. Peasants' ghouls gave us tons of money. So we got lots of money, lots of gems, lots of gifts. And we would be in a real good position now to eliminate Hinnom. And then we, I guess, would be forced to ally with Ur against Varnheim. Because, yeah. Are lightly damaged. Oh yeah, citadels. Rejoy is a true god. Yeah, Lord of the Rings. Wes Anderson's Lord of the Rings, the god of Valheim, has ascended. View. Fuck. Yeah, this is our little history of our nation here and of the other nations around us. You see, Hinnom was actually fairly close to our capital at one point. The war just took so goddamn long, I completely forgot that I actually doubled our nation during it. And we got some more provinces from Kailasa to boot. Of course, it's also kind of funny that the war started so fucking late. I guess with the bigger armies... Oh yeah, and then there's Arco helping us, and then Arco giving up on helping us, but also not retreating, and then back and forth while I'm slowly destroy Hinnom's giant pile of mages. It's one of the more insane attacks I've seen, and since those mages were unable to siege anything, it was also one of the most pointless. But as you've seen, magic can do still a lot of shit, even in Dominion 6, where everything is slowly being retooled for bigger armies. So that's it. As you see, if you take all of our borders into account, yeah, Valheim was fucking big. Of course, they were also mostly growing underground. Arco is, I think, smaller than us. Here is Valheim showing up, which probably means, yeah, Ur was already fighting Valheim. So this would have been some emergency diplomacy, because of course I would have started taking a detour to grab more free real estate here, but then we would have seen a war between elves, because fucking hell, Valheim, you sneaky little bastard. So yeah, this was interesting. We had lots of income now, gamma income. No one actually tried to bring down our shiny new global. We were slowly getting to the point where we have lots and lots of animals to play around with. And yeah, these guys were kind of a disappointment. They have fairly beefy units, but considering their coast, no thanks. I still have the same problem the old Ponyman had from Dominions 5 and earlier. Ponyman was what we called cavalry units because from a game mechanics standpoint they were like a mount and a rider fused together, so Ponyman. But now since all units with riders are now counted as two different units working together, it's a fairly big boost. There are still some old style units that make sense. Centaurs, for example, are of course still just effectively Ponyman. A rider and a horse fused together, or some random other mount. So this may means of course that cavalry got stronger, and elf cavalry, which is hard to hit, fast moving, and hits hard got even stronger in comparison. It's kind of funny because TNN, the original elf nation, has mostly fast ground units. Well, fast, relatively speaking. They're medium speed, really. Hard to hit, hard hitters, really good, while also being a bit expensive. The protection level is, of course, average, I would say. The only reason they aren't worse is because, well, fucking hell, you have to hit them first. Anything that doesn't have Spirit Sight is in for a bad time with them. Our god is preparing for more dumb bullshit, and I was even contemplating using my Astral Gems to make some of my bigger Astral Mages like Kimber Benton, my bigger Glamour Mages like Kimber Benton, prepared for future things. Well, that's our last look we get of the battlefronts here. Kailasa is almost gone, and we got all their shit, which would have really helped us in the future. No idea what to do with death games, however. I would probably have to trade them away for more glamour and nature. But anyway, then there is still our research. We were limping along our final research goals to get those nice little spells, Aurora Borealis, so we can finally use this weird spell that turns Twilight into night, and Celestial Rainbow, because gold and even more luck, plus protection against enemy spells. So that's it. Vanaheim, you fucker, you absolute fucker, you sniped the game. To be fair, Vanaheim grew fairly large in a short amount of time, and while I was happy about this because they demolished the equally scary Agatha and fast, which meant their globals were going down, allowing me to cast my own global. Yeah, just look at that shit. Well, okay, it's smaller than you'd think because it's, of course, without boundaries. It just glides over and over again. There are some Agathian provinces left, but of course Vanaheim went for the thrones first. And since no one was stopping him, that was it for us on the surface, really. But seriously, by now we are, I think, 3 games in when the developer Ilwinter invented the throne mechanic. So I guess by now we should know that there is a real problem here, because... Wait, which shortcut? Nope. Which? Nope. Nope. Oh, come on. Thrones. No, that's ours. I am the worst. See, since we have this nice list, of course we'll immediately throw ourselves on whoever player is getting close to winning. Oh, and before the Cataclysm. Oh, I couldn't even show the Cataclysm off because another sniper killed the game before it could happen. As you can see, there's a lot of things about Thrones you have to be careful about. Not only is 16 ascension points a bit low if there are still multiple level 3 Thrones. Well, 1 level 3 Thrones and multiple level 2 Thrones unclaimed. Yeah, nobody gives a shit about a couple of level 1 Thrones, but I feel that's like at least 2 points below where I would have set the points needed to ascend. No, here, no one cares about those little ones. Maybe one of these ones, but I feel like at least one of these 2 thrones, the First Age and the Sun, should have been claimed before anyone can win the game. This is problem 1. Problem 2 is all those thrones we got were all in this area where Vanaheim is. I'm not sure you can see this, but it's, well, it's fairly big, probably almost half the map all in total. That's still a rather uneven distribution of thrones. I'm guessing, Ilwinter, you have to go back now and retool your map engine, because that's kind of hilarious that this keeps happening. I mean, it is a smart move to not immediately claim your thrones if you want to win, but it's also kind of terrible that the game lets you do this by just putting enough drones close enough together that a single nation can get all of them without most of the map noticing, because we are out here in the boonies fighting about the one drone we can see. It's kind of weird. I'm guessing I have to go back eventually to Elf Times to see if I finally can get at least to the end of the game without someone sniping our poor feet off. I think next time I probably make a map by myself and make sure that there are a lot of drones, so it's real hard to get all of them. Second, that the drones you need to win is fairly high, so you can be a cheeky bastard. And number 3, the most important, that they're all mostly geographically even. So you don't get something like this where you have one drone here and then... yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, a drone here, and of course it's under Vanheim's control already. And here. So those are 3 of how many drones? Yeah, Vanheim was a good player. Like Ur, but of course... from the very moment and where he managed to defeat Agatha, things were going sideways for the rest of us. How many drones are there even underground? I mean, clearly the main reason Vanheim won wasn't because there are terrifyingly amounts of drones. There's like this one and this one, so that's 2. 2 drones underground, which is nice. Probably there's at least a 3rd one. Yeah. This is a 3rd one, so that's 3 drones underground. Yeah, if the cave map is real big, that's okay, but it's already getting close to where I have to make weird noises like, should this be like this? But of course the main reason is we have all those entry and exit points, and if you control them you can pop out everywhere you want. Is there a hole here somewhere? Well, and Vanheim can sail, of course. So it's a highly mobile nation. It can just take, say, from here to here in a single turn because they're sailing with, like, imaginary ships and all that. And they can also... So this time Vanheim went underground and sailing and fucking hell won. Big time. Well, I don't besmirch them their victory. Of course, the real man at fault, or woman at fault, I don't actually know, was the player of Hinnom, who managed to stop us dead cold until we found a way to assassinate his huge mage stacks down. And then it took us ages to actually get here this far. So, what would have happened now? Well, I would have, of course, dragged another army over there to make the siege go faster. And so, sent some more GAMs from my next fortress. And prepared for the inevitable mess when blood magic starts to rain in about 4 turns from now. Yeah, that's taking too long. It would have been a messy siege. At least combat magic doesn't call horrors from beyond space and time. But it would have been an absolute dead stop for all forging and summoning. And of course, this means we have about 4 turns to get more creatures on our side, but well, yeah, okay. So next time I will have to retool things a bit, like for example, not relying on trying to get Frey Footmen and Fairy Knights, because as long as those are, they come a bit too late and are a bit too overpriced. Leogryphs, however, fucking hell, they're undisciplined, but if you have enough of them and the enemy doesn't have enough mages, they can tear some shit. Our own doggies were a bit... yeah, they were a bit unlucky, especially when I lost that one turn and they got slaughtered. But I feel you can do something with it. Maybe I come back. After all, Gemmed Holograms had 3 seasons, I remember now. But now there are 2 other Let's Plays I have to finish first before we get back to this. And next time we'll start with elves. I probably host the game myself just to make sure the map is okay and not an insane travesty of whatever this algorithm is doing. Anyway, Libluini out, and thank you for watching this Let's Play with me. Goodbye.